Hello again, everybody. This is Matador from freetradingvideos.com. It's 8:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Looking at S&P 500 ETF, the SPY. This morning, we're moving up higher a little bit after a bit of a consolidation move after the hours, and a nice move up yesterday. Actually, after things were looking a little bit interesting, we got a higher swing low, a couple of them, and a couple higher swing highs, and a bit of a breakout here intraday, which was a nice way to end. If you look at a daily chart, just for a quick reference before we zip back in there, you can kind of see where we came from. So again, a nice notable test and one fairly good sized sell-off into this 105 mark that held again, and a bit of a piercing line we have now. Some people might call that bullish harami. You could call it whatever you want, but it shows a nice close almost out of the high past the midpoint of the previous bar. That's pretty good. Just one of those things. We're past the 106 mark, which is excellent, closing at 106.62. So back to here, we are at 107.13 right now. And if you scrunch this up, it doesn't matter if you do that or if you look at a higher time frame, it shows you the same picture. And I like what we're running into, actually, this 107.10 mark, a resistance past the 107 mark, and another one at 107.50 we'll be watching. Looks like the news is reporting that there's some signs of economic recovery that are going to be reported, and people are pricing that in early before the announcement comes out. And European markets closed pretty well, so are doing pretty well. This right through here, very nice high base as well, pre-market. So we'll be watching this multi-bar run-up, albeit on tiny pre-market volume, but there's some meat in here. You can see that actually makes a print down here. So when they open, watch out for the tick, TRIN and VIX. And let's take a look at how they closed yesterday. With the TRIN, zoom back out of here, at 0.47, very, very nicely bullish all the way into the close. And the TRINQ, right in the neutral range at 1.13 area. So we would want to see that start to bleed out if we're going to head higher. And the volatility index, which we've been watching keenly here for a while, bled out very nicely as well, even now back down below the 35 mark and the swing low through here. So nice to have this in our camp as well, right there. So this becomes an area typically where we had some support that got tested so many times. Now it's a little bit lower, so this area, and we're below $34 now. Higher time frame for the VIX can be helpful to look at too. We are heading south now out of a pretty good consolidation and some notable tests above 36. So right into this rising 100 MA, it looks like. So there's a gap fill, there's the 200 MA, there's a round number of 32. On a daily chart, we are hovering right around the 20 MA. You can see that now. And we would want to see that sell off and work into this gap, into the 33, 32 area before I got too terribly frisky about going long the markets. And that's what I'll be watching for today. So good stuff, everybody. Taking a quick zip around the markets with everybody. That feels pretty good to get a handle on what things are doing. A nice momentum shift here. Again, back to the 3-minute chart of the S&P 500, and just see if we can consolidate into the open between 107, 107.20, and then look for those overhead resistance areas we talked about. So, good stuff. Hope you have a great trading morning, and I'll be talking to you around noon Eastern Standard Time to see how things are shaping up.